when you look at network marketing companies, or as I call them, virtual entrepreneurship, or some people call them, direct selling, social selling, don't call it multi-level marketing, because we truly are not a multi-level marketing company. And I will give you some examples of different comp plans out there so that if somebody comes up to you and says, oh, you guys have a binary something, you'll know what to say, right? So get your pen and pencil first, because I'm going to just preview yesterday the training I did, and hopefully it'll encourage you to get in and listen to it. This is based on Bob Proctor, who studied Napoleon Hill and at age 26 was given that book, Think and Grow Rich. He read that book every day of his life until he died 2 years ago, every day of his life. And he incorporated those principles into his life. So first thing he talks about is identifying your limiting beliefs. What is stopping you? Where are you stuck? You can always backtrack and find out where you're stuck. And it always, always, always comes from that which you were trained, that which you repeatedly continue to do as an adult, from paradigms that were instilled into your gray matter when you were a child. Most of us have our paradigms established by the age of 7. So think about that. Who you grew up with, who you were surrounded with, the household you were in, the mentors or lack of those. You've developed things that just are nonstop. They're constantly running autopilot in your day. And if you have any kind of stoppage, limiting belief, like I'm not good enough, I'll never make that kind of money, nobody in my family ever made that kind of money, you really need to listen to that yesterday's training. Visualization. You have to visualize, and you have to include all 5 senses. Taste, smell, hear, feel. What's the other one? 4 senses? Actually, spiritual. Everybody, women especially, we have that internal mechanism, we call our just intuition. So you have to incorporate all of the senses for you to be able to really visualize your success. And when you visualize that success, then you want to write those down. You want to write down your goals in today's wording. I am blah, blah, blah. Not someday or in 10 years or I hope to. Forget that language. You have to cut out all the crap and really set those goals as if they've already happened. Third, fourth, practice affirmations. I cannot tell you, there's 2 things on this list that I've incorporated for years and have made them just habitual at this point. Affirmations. Write down 10 affirmations that will affirm who you are becoming, who you will be, who you are in the present tense, affirming that you're good enough, affirming that making $1 million is a piece of cake, affirming that you are living in the house on the lake. Descriptive affirmations, 10 of them. Practice saying those out loud every morning, every night. I encourage you to do this today. Expand your comfort zone. Unless you are uncomfortable, unless you are in pain, you're not growing. You're ripe and you're rotting. This business is about being green and growing all the time. This is a personal growth journey. And I tell people every time they hit a wall, if you're not growing, you're stagnating. There's only 2 things. It's the principle of, yin and yang, or the principle of north and south, east and west, hot and cold. If you are not moving in one direction, you're standing still. So make sure that on a daily basis, you're doing that which makes you uncomfortable, because I promise you that will move your business forward. Invest in personal development. If you are not invested in personal development, gang, I can tell you, you will not grow out of yourself to become that person you desire to be. And that includes the people you are surrounded with, the money you'll be making, the trips you're taking. You've got to be invested in your personal growth. This is a personal growth journey that you can get a lot of personal growth stuff for free. Seminars, workshops, conventions, morning trainings. I mean, the nuggets that are dropped here are invaluable. If I'm not on live, I have never missed listening to that episode that day. How many people can say that? Honestly, if you miss one episode, you might miss that one nugget that you needed to change your business. Truly, it comes down to that. It comes down to the point where, I mean, I've heard compensation a lot of times. I've watched the videos and things. There was something Susan said in one of her trainings that finally I got it. So make sure that you are investing in Audible books, reading, going to conventions, seminars constantly. If I don't have an Audible on during the day, BoobTube, get rid of it. If you are watching TV and you're watching the news, you are not in the paradigm you need to be in to build this business. So feeding your brain with that which is positive and helping you grow. You know, there's a lot of studies done. Bob Proctor, his book that I'm referencing, by the way, is Change Your Brain, Change Your Paradigm. One of my first books I read was Dr. Amen, Change Your Brain, Change Your Life. And that's when my kids were itsy bitsy. And when you understand the neural pathways that are developed based on paradigms, based on habits, based on changing habits, you will be excited about incorporating that which I'm teaching today, because it does take everything. It takes your feeling it, seeing it, writing it down. Things that are written down are remembered. Things that are written down are remembered. There's something about the brain and the hand movement of writing it down, not typing it on the computer, writing it down, that helps to cement that in your memory. So don't forget that. Set clear goals. You know, clear goals mean you have a vision, so your goal is outset big, and then you bite-size piece it. Chunk it down into small, manageable, acquirable, doable pieces. Because if you have a goal of making $10,000 a month and you don't backtrack and chunk it down for a week, a month, 2 months, 6 months, it's going to be one of those things that you look back and go, I knew I couldn't do it. You can do it, but you must first develop that attitude of gratitude, which is the next one. Thinking from a glass half full and a glass half empty completely changes your vibration, your frequency, your, you know, how you light up, how you emote energy, how the world takes your energy. If you're somebody that's lit up and you're giving, you're being part of the world and you are showing up, the law of right, left, north, south, hot, cold, the law is intact. You put out, you then receive back. So putting these gratitude top 10 every day, every morning, every night. Same with the affirmations, top 10 every morning, every night. Write them down, read them out loud, and say it like you know it and you mean it.